Hi everyone, this is Dr. Mike, host of the free iTunes podcast Psychiatric Secrets Revealed with Dr. Mike, but that's not why I'm here today. This is another Saving Savvy episode, and this time I'm going to tell you about a new miracle type of cookware. This cookware is a non-stick cookware that actually becomes more non-stick the more you use it. It's also so durable that you could probably pass it on to your kids, and if they took care of it, they could pass it on to their kids, and it's dirt cheap, and you can buy it almost everywhere. I know, is this some new space age product? I have a sample right here. What? You've seen this before? You're right. It's cast iron. And I have kind of an interesting story about cast iron. When I was growing up, my mom was really a great cook. I mean, she really was. In fact, all my friends always wanted to eat at our house, and I didn't know why until I ate at their house, and I kind of discovered why. And she didn't really have a lot of fancy stuff. And the one thing that she did have was this big, I don't know, 12 or 14-inch giant, hideously ugly frying pan. And I thought it was disgusting because she never really washed it with soap and water. She would like wipe it out or rinse it out or something like that. And it looked black, kind of like this, and kind of just shiny like this. And it wasn't at all like that nice shiny stuff that my friends' moms were using. And of course it was cast iron. And she knew what she was doing, as do many people that are restaurant chefs and many others out there. Cast iron is the way to go. It's been around, of course, for hundreds of years. And I rediscovered it because, of course, when I got married and started buying cookware, I was buying that shiny stuff too. One time when my wife kind of dragged me to one of those outlet malls, most guys don't like outlet malls very much because there's nothing to do there. So I wandered into a cooking store, and actually this is the first pan that I bought. It was about $8 in those days. Probably it's about $12 now if you shop around at Walmart or something like that. Just for fun. I was bored. And I took it home and I tried it out and I used it a lot. And now, boy, it is a great, great pan. And of course, I have some other sizes now, too. Now, the thing about cast iron that you need to know, though, is that it's not nonstick. Even if it says seasoned or pre-seasoned, it's not really nonstick in the beginning. And in fact, you can just look on YouTube and find ways to season the pan. Basically, you put some oil or shortening on it. Turn it upside down in the oven for 350 for an hour, then let it cool in the oven with the oven off, and that starts the process. But even after that, it's not going to be really nonstick. It really is with use after use after use that it becomes nonstick. In the beginning, I use a little cooking spray, but with this pan, you don't have to do that anymore. You can see it's nice and shiny. And I always season it afterwards. The other thing about these types of pans is you do need to use a little oil, at least I feel that way, or a little butter or a little something. So these are not completely dry pans that you would use, but you don't have to use a lot at all. So we're going to go in the kitchen, and I'm going to show you, actually I'm going to make myself some breakfast, and I'm going to fry an egg. Eggs usually stick to everything, so you'll see how this little $8, maybe now $12 pan works out. I'm also going to show you how to clean it and what you have to do afterwards, which is you need to put a little more oil on it afterwards and then heat it up a bit, and then it's ready for the next use. So let's go into the kitchen and have my camera girl, my daughter Grace, do her stuff and let me do some cooking. Today we're going to use this little induction top just for illustrative purposes. And let's say your pan isn't fully seasoned. Actually, if you spray a little bit of just cooking spray on it, that will also help it become very non-stick. In the future, you won't need to do that, but as you're just trying to get things going, you can. I may add a little oil, which is what I normally would do. Of course, this could be olive oil or anything you want. Probably a little too much oil there. What are you going to do? And so then we're just going to fry up my breakfast, which is going to be a fried egg today. And so our next step is to add the egg. And since I don't turn the egg very well, I'm going to do a little trick. I'm going to just add a little bit of water and then cover it. So we'll come back to this in a little bit and see how it looks, and I'll then show you how to clean a cast iron pan. Okay, I think we're about done. There's our egg. And you can see eggs are really, they stick a lot, but not in cast iron. So we're going to put this here and add a little bread product. And so I'm going to eat my breakfast now with my cup of coffee, which is already halfway done. And we'll come back later and clean the pan. I'll show you how that works. Okay, so I'm going to use a stiff brush. This brush could be made out of bamboo or whatever. This one just happens to be nylon. This pan is still warm, but not red hot, and I'm using hot water. And all I'm going to do is just scrub it like that, just to kind of get rid of whatever. Dump it out like that, and I'm done. It's clean. It's completely clean. Nothing has stuck. So that's all you need to do. You might need to use the little scrubby part here as you're getting the pan seasoned more, but that's all we have to do to clean this pan. No soap. Soap will destroy the finish. Okay, now I'm going to heat the pan up again. You don't necessarily have to do this. I just find this as an easy thing to do. I did wipe the pan down a little bit, but often I just basically shake it off and put it back on the stove. And as this pan heats up, we're going to evaporate any water off of it to prevent rust. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a tiny bit more oil, and I always add too much, so it's just kind of the way it is. I try to do a little bit, but I pour too much. That's probably about okay, actually. See, I said to use less than I actually did. So I'm going to take that little amount of oil. I'm just going to take a paper towel, wipe it around the inside. I can wipe it on the outside too if I choose to, but just around the inside. And I'm going to heat this until it smokes a bit. Okay, this, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's actually starting to smoke a bit. And so we're going to say that's hot enough. I'm going to turn off the burner, wipe out any excess oil, let this cool, and it's ready for its next use. That's as simple as it is. Well, there you have it. Cooking with cast iron. It's been around for hundreds of years. It's a fantastic product. It's dirt cheap. It's super durable. Remember, you never want to take a super hot pan and put it under cold water. It could crack, so don't do that. But it's really, really easy to maintain and clean. It's maybe not the most stylish stuff out there, but it's great. And I particularly like this brand. This is the one that you get just about everywhere. It's called Lodge. There's other brands out there too. They might be okay, but this is the one that I've used. You can buy it at Walmart. You can buy it at Target. You can buy it at hardware stores. And if you get some time, please give my podcast a listen. It's free and it's on iTunes, and it's called Psychiatric Secrets Revealed with Dr. Mike. It's a whole different kind of a show that talks about mental health and wellness issues and put a lot of work into it, which is why I'm always promoting it. Take care.